So greetings everyone and welcome to Power Time practice here on Saturday the 17th of March 2018. Welcome to everyone who's joining for the first time, and welcome to those people who have been following this program from week to week, month to month, year to year. We were Sundays with Sucharita, and now we are Power Times on Saturdays, and this is a really great time to come together, especially in these next 9 nights. And we are going to be celebrating Navarati, Vasanta Navaratri. Vasanta means spring, and then Navaratri means 9 nights. So 9 nights at springtime, we are going to propitiate the goddess within all of us, the Kundalini energy, that joy, that happiness, that ability to manifest whatever we want and to have those high desires so that we don't get discouraged, and it roots out anything that is stopping us from manifesting our dreams and going after our goals. So the first night is all about the goddess Durga, and she is Maha Parvati, meaning the great Parvati. She has a lot of weapons, as you can see here on this particular statue. She's got weapons in each of her hands, and then there's on the other side as well. And she's fighting off a really bad guy down here. So she is the first one who we are going to propitiate for the first 3 nights. And what she does is she roots out anything like frustration, anger, depression. In fact, Durga is she's the overlord, so that she can rule over dukkha, suffering. So she will lord over that, or lordess over it. She will just root it out and destroy it. And she has a smile on her face while she's doing it, because she doesn't really need to make a big effort. That's what she does. So you call on her energy and she will root out any negativity that has been experienced from past lives, this lifetime, long-standing chronic mental confusion, or bouts of depression where you're really high and then you're really low for no reason. So during these 9 nights, you might feel these kinds of energies coming out of you, and that's because the goddess is rooting it out. So that's a good thing. So the best thing to do is let it go. And so Durga will remove dukkha, which is suffering, and at the level of the body, so pain can be released. So during our little presentation today, our little propitiation of the goddesses, you may feel something leaving you, pain in the body. Could be headache pain, could be lethargy. She gives a lot of energy. So she gives energy, she empowers you, and then she also makes you to feel lighter and joyous, as do all the goddesses. So the next goddess that we'll propitiate is going to be Lakshmi, and it's going to be the Mahalakshmi, which is the great Lakshmi. She is ferocious. She's going to root out poverty consciousness. She's going to make us to do our Shrim Brazis endlessly, all night long, all day long, and everywhere in between. She's going to keep pumping that energy into us, because Shrim and Brazi together are seeds for planting wealth consciousness inside of us and rooting out anything that doesn't serve us to be able to manifest all the comforts, joy, health, happiness, relationships. Durga also, she loves to help with relationships. She loves to help with marriages, and she helps you to get a spouse as well, if that's something that you're looking for. And so back to Mahalakshmi. She is also one who stomps on any negativity that says, no, you can't have this amount of money, or you'll never be able to achieve this status or promotion or level of business. So ask the goddess to root all that out and stomp it out with the sounds of Shrim Brazi. So you can be saying that just internally, or it's always going on behind your mind as you're doing your other things in life. You can tap in any time, and Srimrazi will be there. And then this final goddess is the 3 nights is going to be the goddess Saraswati. And Saraswati is the goddess of learning, education, song, dance. She also helps with creativity. So if you're blocked in your creativity or your ability to create, then she will root that out. She will root out ignorance. She will make you to go after your spiritual pursuits, because that's what we're ignoring, and that's what is going to help us to manifest. That's what energizes us. So the goddess Saraswati there with her veena or guitar, her Indian guitar, she just loves strumming the guitar and playing along and saying, hey, life is beautiful. She also gives wisdom. So those people who are on the spiritual path and you haven't experienced a deeper understanding of your highest self, then she will take you to that realm, and then you can experience that and then see how that feels. We have to experience wisdom. Wisdom isn't something we can think about. Wisdom is something that is just coming in. It's knowingness. It's indicating what, it helps us to indicate that what is right or what is wrong for us in that very second. So it's not about right or wrong in the moral sense, although that is a part of it. It's more, do I say something, or do I just pause and allow someone else to be right just for a change? I don't have to correct anyone. Everything is good. And then all of a sudden this beautiful experience can be had amongst yourself and another person, especially if you're always right or you're always making yourself wrong, then maybe you will speak up. So she gives you the wisdom, gives us the wisdom to know when to say something, when to do something, and when to think something, and how to do it, and how to think it, and then how to be with all of it. So these goddesses, they are going to root out darkness of all sorts, and then they are going to empower us to get energy, to feel that we are communicating with everyone in the highest manner, and then also in the wisest manner, any given point in time. So let's get started. And we are going to, this is going to be part of a little bit of a meditation. So I'm going to do what we call is a little puja, which is offering various items to the goddess. And you can definitely, if you have these items at home and you're in your puja room, you can definitely go along with it. If you don't, then you can just imagine it if you're on the phone. And then if you're here on Zoom, you can just enjoy and connect with the goddesses. We have images so you can connect. Otherwise, when we're just doing the mantras all the time, we may not be able to merge with that being. So as you're hearing the mantra and as you're experiencing the vibration of the sound, you might see some light, some spiritual transmission coming through, and that's called darshan. And darshan is from the goddess today. So we also have Ganesha down here who we're going to propitiate, and we've got the Meru. This is the 3D form of the yantra for the goddesses. So Lalita, Tripura Sundari. So this is a great thing to have in your home because it brings peace and harmony. And Ganesha agrees. He just gave us a little flower there. All right, so here we go. Let's get started. So be in a state of receptivity. I'm going to be turning this right into, turning the camera, and then I'll be off to the side so you can just enjoy the blessings. And those of you who are going to stay, this is part of the call where we get to enjoy some question and answer, some shared experiences. So you can just press *6 if you're on the phone, or you can go to the lower left-hand corner of your screen and unmute your mic. And if you want to, you can post a note on the chat, or your question on the chat. So the 3D form of the goddess yantra is called the Meru, M-E-R-U, or Shri chakra. So Shri means wealth. And the Meru is a sound that will activate harmony in us. So it represents all the goddesses. And so if you have a Meru in your home, it will create a lot of harmony, or in your office, your workspace. And it just brings a lot of peace, because we need the goddess Durga to have a lot of energy, and then the goddess Saraswati the goddess Lakshmi to bring in wealth and the opportunities to have money, income coming in, so that we can have the lifestyle that we want. And then the goddess Saraswati, she brings intelligence. So we use our time, money, and energy intelligently. We have clarity of mind, and we're able to create whatever it is that we want to create. So this goddess energy is really powerful. And for those people who are new to the teachings with Dr. Pillai, this is a good place to start with the goddesses. Now you can also propitiate the goddesses through Pillai Center Academy. There are 2 programs that are available. One is it's called Navarati, the 9 nights of the goddess, and then you can go along every night with the teachings in that self-study. And then also in Pillai Center Academy, there is a course called Goddess Wisdom, and it is comprised of 9 very powerful goddesses. They're very esoteric teachings from Dr. Pillai, and he's given them out over the years, and we've been able to have it available for anyone who wants to explore that part of the goddess. So 9 sounds on each, 1 sound on each night of the 9 nights. And then the sound represents very high being, very high goddess. So whatever resonates with you, you can definitely dive into both if you want. Maybe do one and then the next course. That's what I'm going to be doing. I have both courses. So I'll be doing that from about anywhere from like 9 o'clock at night till 1, 2 in the morning. She will keep you awake. You'll think, oh, I'm going to go to sleep. And then you'll be tossing and turning. So if that's the case that you went to bed, then just know that the goddess wants you to get up and just say the sounds. It doesn't mean that you have to necessarily get up and go to your puja room. You can just be lying there and say the sound for the 3 nights for the goddess Durga, then the next 3 nights for Lakshmi, and then Saraswati. And or you can stay up, and for those hours you can just be immersed in the sounds. You can do puja, you can just be saying the sounds, you can listen to this recording and play it along so that you get all of the goddesses in each night. Sopa is saying, I did the Navarati program last year, so it is the same mantras. Yeah, and you can do them every year. And then you go deeper into it, because each year during this time, since times immemorial, there have been battles going on. And you can see it in the world if you just read MSN. You can see that around this time of the year, there's a lot of upheaval and a lot of everyone is just disturbed. There's a lot of disturbances in nature, really bizarre weather patterns. People are fighting more. They're, because it's a battle of the dark and the light within each and every one of us. And then collectively, it manifests as a wide scale kind of battle going on, and might be wars breaking out, or just people are just arguing, or disagreeing, and they're discontent. So it's a good time. And then too, you know, it's spring. So springtime, you know, winter is trying to hang on, and spring is saying, no way, like just let go, let go, let us have the beautiful season of spring coming in, and where the flowers are blooming, and enough of this white stuff, especially here in Canada. I'm tired of winter, cold. So, and then that impacts our brain. It impacts our pineal gland, it impacts our pituitary, it impacts our hormones, it impacts our whole outlook on life. So Mother Nature is really getting stirred up for a new season, and these mother goddesses, that consciousness that is within us, the ability to destroy negativity, get empowered, feel like I have all this energy now. And even though it's hard work, I got to do the spring cleaning, I'm going to just go for it. That's the goddess Durga talking to you. And then Lakshmi is saying, hey, you know what? Springtime, clean slate. I need to get a summer wardrobe, so I better make some more money, or I better get deals. So that's what the goddess Shri Lakshmi will do. She represents everything that is joy and comfort and renewal. So she wants you to really have the money that you need to live the lifestyle that you want, and be happy in that lifestyle, be joyous. And then we have Saraswati, who gives you the ability to create, because sometimes we're just like, I don't even know what I want anymore. I just am so confused, or I can't get into springtime because I haven't even gotten through winter yet. So she will just say, hey, it's all song and dance, so just party on and just get going. Take the first step, and that will be giving you more clarity. So she will make sure that you have the clarity to be able to create. Because if you don't have clarity, you won't be able to create. You'll be confused, or you'll just say, oh, I want this, or I want that. And then you won't manifest anything. So, or it will be difficult to manifest. So someone is saying here, I definitely got a spring cleaning recently. A stomach bug cleaned me up completely. That's what happens too on the spiritual path. You might have, because all this spiritual energy is coming in, you might have headaches over the next 9 days, especially because it's rewiring your brain. It's making, the light is coming in and making the neurons to fire. And in a way that you're going to be, you may have even dreams. I've been having very bizarre dreams, like stuff of the past where I'm like, what? Why am I thinking this stuff? Like, get out of me. And it's coming up to the surface. So don't indulge too much and feel bad, or feel, that you didn't get to resolve this situation with someone in your past. You just leave it to the goddess and just send out love to that person, and love to yourself, and forgiveness on both ends, and just resolve those kinds of deep-seated issues that we have been pushing down or locking away in hopes that it would just, disappear. But if it hasn't, or if it's appeared again, then in your dream or in your meditation, then you just ask the goddess to clean that out. So yeah, these mantras, you can do them all day long, because some of us, we work nights, so we're not able to do our meditation practices like everyone else at this time. So it's not to say that you can't chant the seeds, the bija mantras. This is really simple. You can just take your mala beads and then you just chant them 108 times if you're working at night. And then you can do it during the day as well. So you can do day or night, but they're most powerful during these 9 nights at night, because it's the 9 nights. So the goddess is known to keep us up all night. So you might even be staying awake even later than 2 o'clock. You might be just going all night. But what you'll find is you have all this energy in the day to keep going. So some of us have experienced over the years where we're just, for the whole 9 nights, it's just a whole day in and day out, 24-hour cycle of the mantras, the goddesses coming in and showing us what really needs to get rooted out for once and for all. Someone is saying there's a stipulated amount to chant, never enough chanting. So you can do it 3 times. If you're in a hurry, you can do it 9, 27, any number is good. If you get to 108 or 1,008 or 10,008 or 1,000,008, you will be merging with that goddess energy inside of you. It will wake up something in you that has been dormant. So it will show you, the more times you chant, you will remove more layers of darkness or congested energies or confusion or breakthrough. Like a lot of people have depression at this time of the year because they're just like, oh my God, I just got to get out and get going and doing things, and I'm housebound, or I don't like being in the cold. Or whatever is going on in the different parts of the world, there's some block that is preventing you from experiencing joy and having energy. So just keep saying the sounds to push through those blocks. And then you will, as soon as you start to feel something, then you just keep going because you want to, you want to feel that joy on the other side. So, someone is saying, please spell Durga mantra. So it's D-U-M or D-H-U-M. Sometimes it's spelled that way. So it's Dhum. So it just gets rid of dumbness. Just being silly about your life, grabbing onto negative thoughts versus joyous thoughts and harmonious thoughts, and wanting to have a lot of energy and a lot of power, like feel empowered versus feeling dumbed down, low energy. So someone is asking here, my internal spring cleansing started on the 1st of February, and today is my first day of feeling renewed and physically well. Wonderful. Shilpa's saying, I've always used the Durga mantra when I feel helpless, and she always helped me out of that situation. So Dhum is a good sound for that. And Rosemary, do you want to go ahead? You can just unmute your mic. Or you can press *6 if you're on the phone.
Just wondering, is there a recall? Because I just joined in and I think I'm a little bit late.
Yeah, you can watch the recording. It'll be posted to the blog, Powertime Practice blog. And then also check your email because the links will be there. And then you can just click on the link to SoundCloud at least before the video gets posted. We're a little delayed on getting the video posted because we don't have we have a media team, but we're on the bottom of the to-do list because this is a free service. So again, if there's anyone out there who has any technical skills as far as posting videos to a blog, if you want to do some service, please reach out and we'll get you started. That'll be great. So Rosemary, any other questions?
No, thank you again. I appreciate this.
Oh, very welcome. Yeah, so just for Rosemary or people who are coming in a little late, we can, just close your eyes and then put your attention on the third eye, the spot between your 2 eyebrows. Imagine a beam of light entering that spot between your 2 eyebrows. And that light is coming from Dr. Pillai. So you can just imagine his image for light. And that light now is going to be red in color, the color that's associated with the goddess Durga. And then receive the light and the sound for Durga in the midbrain. Dhum, 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 dhum. Now another light enters the spot between your two eyebrows, going into the midbrain. That light is pinkish, purple, gold, and silver, dazzling, sparkling light. Merge with the goddess Lakshmi, Shri Mrizi. 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 And now a light enters the third eye. It's white in color, very bright white light. Receive the blessings of the goddess Saraswati from Dr. Pillai's third eye into your third eye. I'm, 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 and slowly, slowly open your eyes. Any other questions or shared experiences? Was this helpful for people? Were you able to merge with the goddess when we were doing the puja, which is all the various items that we offered? And why we offer all these different items is so that this is what the goddess likes. So you can see the goddess Durga, she likes red color, flowers, and then Lakshmi likes pink or purple, and then Saraswati likes white. So when we have those flowers, even in our home, if we don't have the statues or the yantras, then you can just have the flowers in your house. And you can just be thinking of the goddess when you have the flowers, or you can wear those colors. So wearing the colors of the goddess will also help to awaken that consciousness within you. Because everything in the universe is made up of light and sound. So there's different light frequencies. So the colors are different light frequencies, and then the sounds have different vibrations. And you feel lighter when you're wearing certain colors that will help to activate that goddess consciousness within you. And then you will start to feel, oh my goodness, I feel energy, or I feel like $1,000,000, or I feel clarity. So you can think about that with, trying those things out. You can also, if the saying, if life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Just give a lemon to Durga, and she will get rid of all those lemon type experiences that are causing us such grief or anxiety. And then the goddess, all the goddesses like orange, they like the citrus. So you can give that to Lakshmi, or something sweet. Last night when we did the Wealth Rising Fire Lab, we gave a lot of sweets to the goddess Lakshmi when we were offering into the fire. And one was a truffle. It was so yummy. And it had been given to me for a gift, and I thought, oh, this is perfect. We can put it into the fire. And just at that point, when I put it into the fire, it was I had such joy, because I didn't have to have it for myself and put on extra weight. But I gave this yummy sweet chocolate to the goddess, and the energy that came during that time that I put the chocolate there, it was amazing. So there was so much joy. I started giggling as I was chanting, and that was such an indication of the goddess, because why would I be laughing? This is a very serious thing. But she just gave so much joy and happiness. So that's for real, as Dr. Pillai shares. It's not just something symbolic. The goddess is very present. And then for Saraswati, you can give like an apple, like as a teacher, because she's always helping us to have higher intelligence and higher knowledge, wisdom. So an apple always goes to the teacher, or anything sweet. So yeah. And then we have the goddess. This is the Gayatri. I think we've shown her before. She's right here. And then she's got all these different heads. So that's like a 360. So she gives you the intelligence to be able to see towards the future. You can see the past. You can see everything. So no one is going to win over you. So you want to get the blessings of the Gayatri. Goddess. And then the Meru, she's great for harmony. Go ahead, Rosemary.
Hi, that sounds like a wonderful experience. Thank you for sharing that. And I would really love to see the replay of that. Is that possible?
The replay of?
The Fire Lab?
Oh, are you in Wealth Rising?
I don't even know about that.
Oh, okay. So Wealth Rising is a program that's been going on for 6 months. And every Friday night, we do a fire lab for the goddess. And it is so powerful. We can't even stop. Afterwards, we continue on. We do meditations. We have a great discussion. And this goes on from like 11 o'clock till 1:30 in the morning. And we're just so empowered.
Wow.
And so we've been doing this for the past 6 months. We're just wrapping up the course, Rosemary, but there's going to be another one. So please join that Wealth Rising. It's going to be starting in May. And then before then, I hope that we can continue on the fire lab. So, and then offer it to people who are outside of, we're not in the program. So just check your emails for that. We'll definitely share that with you here on Powertime Practice as well when that becomes available. So you're welcome to join the fire labs, and I'm happy to do them.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Rosemary. Where are you from?
I am from Calgary.
Oh, wonderful.
And San Diego.
Sorry?
And San Diego.
And San Diego, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I did my undergrad at Calgary.
Cool.
Yeah.
Snowy today. Happy
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yes.
Of course, right? It'll be there till June, right? Hope not.
Thank you.
Okay, Rosemary. Dia's saying, when I offer foods and drinks during puja that I'm allergic to, like the milk and chocolates, what should I do with them after the puja? Throw them away? You can give them to other people because they're blessed. And if there's no people to share them with, then you can definitely give them to the animals. The animals love all the coconuts that I bust in my backyard or anything that I offer food-wise. So Bhairavi, thank you so much. The next Wealth Rising program starts in May. Enrollment begins in April. So yeah, it's such an amazing program. I don't know if there are anyone who wants to share from from Wealth Rising. If you're on the call today, if you want to share about the program and inspire other people to join, please feel free. And then if you can jump on to Astrobed or Pillai Center and check out Navarati, the 9 nights of the goddess, and see if there's a service that resonates with you. And it's going to be at that level of the soul. You'll just feel this calling to wake up that consciousness. Because here's the thing, it happens once a year, or actually it happens twice a year. One is now, and then one is in the fall. And if you can propitiate the goddesses during these 18 nights out of 365 days of the year, you will be rocking in your life. And you'll be getting rid of stuff that you never thought would be possible. You'll be healing relationships. You'll be healing all past hurts. Because the goddess is like the mother. The mother just wants to hug you and to make you to feel it's okay, it doesn't matter. Everyone who hasn't made mistakes, everyone in the world makes mistakes. So no one is perfect. And it's important that you understand that as an adult, that listen, you know, you can't keep ratcheting the past or ruminating or, I don't know, just keep going over, obsessing about it. It's nothing we can do about it. So yes, get counseling or therapy if you have really deep-seated issues, but the goddesses will just go in there and root it out, so you won't have to put too much effort into releasing that stuff. And then after the 9 nights, you're like, oh, I feel so refreshed. And for the rest of the 6 or 8 months until the next time, the fall in the fall when Navarati comes, you just feel like, oh my God, I'm so energized. I have all this clarity. I just want to go out and manifest. And those issues don't bother you. And then you'll come around to the fall Navaratri and you go, wow, not even thinking about that. Or when I do think about those issues, there's no charge on it. There's no emotional charge. There's not that ruminating or ratcheting or obsessing over it. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? So, yeah, so there's some more questions. Navaratri, the 9 nights, and also Goddess Wisdom course happen both during spring and fall. Yes, Bhairavi, thank you. Shilpa is saying, yes, Sutrita, Wealth Rising program was so powerful. The last meditation Babaji gave us, Dr. Pillai gave us, I actually felt the turmeric root got so heavy and the actual weight of the root is so light. It was amazing. I've had great spiritual growth in the meditations. I just loved it. So that's what happens when you come into a program, a live program, where the group consciousness at the level of the soul, everybody's coming together and saying, hey, what are we doing now? What are we doing now? This is the highest education. This is not higher education as in academia or maybe professional training. It is the highest education that anyone can have, and everyone can do it. There's no prerequisite. You just jump in, and at the level of the soul, you qualify. So we are uncovering everything that has been blocking us in attaining wealth, or that ability to have that consciousness that says you should have this in your life. You should have beautiful health, beautiful relationships, beautiful bank account, beautiful clothes, home, car, you know, everything should be beautiful. There's no reason why it should not. You can't blame anyone anymore. So how to come out of it is to get the blessings of the group consciousness collectively. We just keep working with the sounds, working with the meditations, getting the blessings. The initiations from Dr. Pillai are so powerful, so empowering. You can't go back to your old way of being. Even if you try, oh, you know, well, I don't have this. Something just internally like says, give your head a shake. That is like an old story that just doesn't serve you anymore. And then when we come together with everyone else and everyone shares their experiences throughout that journey together, it's pretty darn amazing. The miracles that have happened to people, and not only the individuals who are taking the course, but people in their lives are shifting and they're not even in the course. And they're just like, oh, this is easy. I don't have to do anything. Everyone's changing all around me. They're enjoying and I'm enjoying. So that is worth millions. You can't even, it's priceless. You can't even put a price on it to have that kind of healing or to have that kind of empowerment or that knowingness that I'm living my soul's purpose. So anytime you can jump into a live program or with live support calls, if you're going into a Pillai Center Academy program and there's live support calls for it happening, then jump in, get that course, because it's going to awaken that consciousness within you. And then you can connect with other people around the world. And it's not every day that we can connect with people with a higher consciousness, not better consciousness, but they're always looking higher in life. They're not just saying, oh, yeah, it's cold out, it's miserable, yeah, I don't have any money, it's because of this and my relationships, you know, that's all we hear. It's like, oh, I can't get out of that. So when we come into these programs, we'll get reprieve from that, and eventually that will just shake off of us. We'll either move into a new space, or those people will be going like this, but you won't be charged by it, you won't be affected by it. So these courses are bringing in the highest wisdom that will move us along, and it's our birthright. So do it if you can. In terms of items, what do I need to offer the first 3 nights? So Anya, the first 3 nights is for the goddess Durga, and we just offered red flowers, and you can offer a lemon or sweets. She likes lemon, so, or the limes. And then you can offer the ghee lamp, and then incense and some water. That's pretty much it. Or if you have 1 item or no items, you can visualize it. But everybody can get, you know, at least a lemon or a light, candle light too, you can do that. And then the next 3 nights for the goddess Lakshmi, because we won't be coming together until next Saturday. So we'll already be into Lakshmi time. And then the pink flowers, purple flowers, and then the same. You can give a citrus, like an orange or something sweet. She likes chocolates. And then the same, ghee and water, incense. And then Saraswati, she, well, you can give her sweets too, with an apple, any fruit, raisins, you know, white flowers are good for the goddess Saraswati. What do we do to speak about experiences, wealth rising course? Estelle, all you need to do is just unmute your mic. So it's in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. There's an icon that looks like a microphone, and you just click on it.
Okay, I think I have. Okay.
I hear you.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Yes, I did this course, and what's happened, the most important for me is to be able to come back to the mantra quite often during the day. And I realized by that how much I have some negative thought about everything. And now as soon as I see that, I just come back to the mantra. And what's happened in my head by doing that, because I was able to do 2 and 3 programs a day, it's inside in my head. It's easy for me to see the light, the white light, and to work with the program. And the last initiation was so strong to be able to see how we are light and golden light. Really, it's very, very strong, and it's just blissful. It's that.
Oh, and how's it shown up in your life? So you're seeing the light in your meditation, you're able to do your meditations, you're able to do the mantras and see your negative thoughts.
Everything, Tarpanam, like today it's Saturday, it's mean at least 3 Tarpanams, and you know, everything, because I'm 68 years old and I have time to do that. And I am in my Saturn Dasha, and a lot of resistance in my life about money. And but I'm able to be happy and to feel bliss. Doesn't matter what's happened. It's why this course is just incredible, because when we're getting old, it's easy to be more anxious, to be not anxious because I don't know the English word, but to be nervous about what we need and we don't have. But no, there's no feeling like that. It's just smiling and pass through, and you know, it's okay. Everything is okay anyway. It's my experience.
Oh, that's a beautiful sharing. And just for you, Estelle, and everybody else, we have our Saturn lamp. Because it's Saturday, everyone gets a little bit of darshan from the Saturn lamp.
Yes, I do that.
That's great.
Yes.
So everybody who's new, this is a lamp that is pretty simple. It's on a little dish here. It looks much bigger when I have it close up than what it actually is. And it is on this glass plate, because if you have your lamp and then the wick might be dripping the oil. So you want to have it to be able to catch the oil. But so the Saturn lamp has black sesame seeds in it, and then it has sesame oil. And if you just put this in your puja room, or maybe in your kitchen, you know, you don't want to leave a lamp burning without you attending to it. So make sure that you take care. But you can have this anywhere in your house. Even if you don't have a puja room or you don't have a prayer room, just put it in your kitchen and have it on, you know, the countertop there by the sink. And then you just will feel amazing. You'll feel such peace, because Saturn gives you peace. Saturn makes you to be patient. Saturn makes you to be compassionate for yourself and others. And he activates this ability to get to work, to do your spiritual practices, to do your work in the world, and be grateful that you do have the ability to give something in your life. As Dr. Pillai says, we have to feel like we've used up life, and life has used us. So we've been useful, not useless. And then that fullness of being used up means that all of our ego is gone, all the karma is gone, everything is worked out. So Saturn gives you that ability to feel like it's worked out. It's out of the way of your soul's light to shine. So people will say, oh, you know, I have a crappy job, or I don't like what I'm doing. Then just pray to Saturn and just tell him, you know, I am going to put this light on every Saturday, this lamp. And then I don't know what it's going to do, but I just need to change the way I'm going after my goals, or I'm looking at the purpose of my soul, how it wants to do things in the world and my everyday life, not just your work, but also your work around your house. If your house is a mess, by the way, the goddess, you can pray to the goddess all you want. She's going to come and go, I don't feel comfortable there. So it doesn't matter if you have a, you know, whatever space you're in, whether it's an apartment or a house or a mansion or whatever it is. If it's messy and you're doing all the Shrimbrazis or Kleems or Dooms or Ims, you know, you're doing all this mantra practice and you don't feel the goddess coming in, it's because she can't. So clean up your space. It's a great time of the year to declutter. Get rid of stuff. Go start with just a drawer. You know, open the drawer and go, oh, okay, clean it out. And then just do that. Have little small successes and then build on them. So it's not to say, oh, I'm going to do all these mantras and then the goddess isn't going to come in the 9 nights if my place is a mess, or my car is a mess, or my, you know, closet is a mess, or, you know, just start with something and she'll go, oh, okay, I will give you the energy to keep going. So just start, do it now, plant the seed so that decluttering, clearing out process will happen with the blessings of the goddess. So it's an you can be very empowered, feel very empowered to do those things that all of us are, oh my God, spring cleaning, that's like the big cleanup. You know, and then if you're so blessed, you might even have someone who comes and helps you to do the spring cleaning. So you can even manifest that maybe this time and just thank the goddess for that help.
So Chari, I have a real quick question about my sesame lamp.
Yeah.
There's a lot of soot coming out of it, so I have to put it outside. Is there anything I'm doing or not doing that I don't want soot all over?
Yeah, we talked about that last time, Pranava, is that the soot can indicate that there's some pretty dark energies. And it also can indicate that the purity of your sesame oil is, maybe the brand you need to change the brand. Try that out.
Oh, I bought it at an Indian shop. So thinking, oh, this is the best sesame, but okay, I'll change it out.
Yeah, change it up, because that's what happens to me. Actually, my smoke alarms go off and I'm like, why is that smoke alarm going off? Not anymore, because I've got a good brand that I use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, and then too, you don't want to have that soot in your house.
Yeah, that's why I put it outside, but it's a Saturday and so it's outside right now. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and as far as spring cleaning, it's a process, and you know, when I always make jokes about God played a trick on me that made me accumulate all this wealth and well, not even wealth, but stuff. I love candles. I love, you know, all kinds of stuff that's all over my house. And then you look around and you go, oh my God, I'm being overwhelmed by this monstrous stuff. And so I'm in the process of clearing out. So it's time. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranava. And you'll have the goddess to give you that energy and that intelligence to know what you need to keep and what you need to let go of. And she will just make you to just root it out. And here's what happens when we declutter, whether you're on the spiritual path or not. we've experienced in our lifetime, that when we just get rid of things that it was, the energy was like from the past and it was weighing us down, like clothes that don't fit you anymore, and they've been sitting in your closet for like a year or 2 or 3, you're hoping that you're going to be able to wear it again. Forget it. Get rid of it. If you haven't worn it in 6 months, you should be like considering it. And then in the next 6 months, if you haven't worn it still, get rid of it. It's your old identity. It carries that energy of who you were that 6 months or a year ago, and then all the years prior to that. So it's really a great exercise to feel that release and that let go. Because here's the thing, as we're evolving spiritually, and as we're getting more wealth into our life, we can't keep piling it into our houses. We're going to be like, you know, we won't be able to move freely. You won't be able to feel that spiritual energy moving and flowing freely in your house, in your space. So it makes you to this decluttering or cleansing process can also occur at the level of the body. So you clean out, maybe do a spring cleaning internally. You know, you can do a digestive cleanse or a kidney cleanse or, you know, some gut cleanse, and you will feel really light. So check that out as well. And then maybe just eating lighter, you know, not as you're meditating more, you won't want to have too much to eat because then you get tired and you sleep. So the goddess will just guide you. And then 2 people have been saying, oh my God, I'm taking 3 courses and I got a full-time job. I got to take care of the family. You know, what do I do? The goddess will tell you. So we'll say, do this program or do this mantra or do it in your sleep. You've had, you know, you've been working for 18 hours. So just go lie down. I'll be there in your sleep. And then 2, you can help yourself along with that by taking your smartphone, you know, putting the earbuds in or having it play on low volume while you're sleeping. Then that way the goddess energy is getting into you because it's a vibration. So it doesn't have to be on loud, you know, full blast. So that's the goddess spring cleaning and decluttering and getting rid of your old identity, how you identify with stuff versus this empowerment, this soul that is so shining bright. It just, you can't even see the stuff because you're just bright and shiny. You don't need it all. Not that you should get rid of everything, but just have, you know, beautiful things, but you don't need every nook and cranny of your space filled. Straight to saying, yeah, I agree with the lighter eating. Use energy for higher consciousness. The Agni for fire of consciousness versus used too much for digestion of food. And that's the fire in your belly. So the fire that we need to have for digestion is also the fire we need to create. So we all know from Dr. Pillai's teaching that Shreem Brazi and the goddess energy is in the belly. That has to create, it has to cook up our the things that we want to manifest. So if we have too much congestion in the guts, we won't even feel the goddess coming in there. Yeah, so some people are sharing about their experiences. I was looking over my clothes yesterday, Dia says, and thinking about the very thing of representing my old identity. Yeah, so you know, you won't get a new wardrobe because you'll just be identifying when you go to the store with the stuff that's already in your closet. So if you clean it out, then you go to the store and whoa, I can fill this up with this new stuff. Someone is saying something about, Shilpa is saying the light we use for the sesame oil lamp only on Saturdays or in the evening or in the day. You can do it anytime on Saturdays. I have mine burning all day long. I keep filling it up until the wick just goes. So the wick goes and you just pull it a little bit. And so for all of Saturday, those people who are running a Saturn period, you would know about that if you go on to Astrobed and you can see what your major planetary influence is and your minor planetary influence. So if you're running a major or minor planetary influence that is Saturn, then you can definitely benefit by having this Saturn lamp. So 19 years of Saturn, have a Saturn lamp going every day, because that is the energy that's impacting you every day. You can't escape from it. So don't wait till Saturday comes along. You just have it every day and watch your day go very smoothly and peacefully and productively. So, and then too, people are going through 7.5 years of Saturn. That's when Saturn moves into the sign before your moon or ascendant, and then the sign of your moon or ascendant, the sign after that. So there's a great program that Lalita, she's a Pillai Center teacher, Lalita Devi, she does a Saturn program on Saturdays, first thing in the morning. And so you'll get a lot of information from that. And if you can't get up that early yet, because Saturn is keeping you sleepy, because Saturn will also make you to miss out if you're not alert. So you want to check that out. And then she also writes great blogs too. So go and look on Pillai Center blog or Astroweb blog, and then jump on her call if you can, if you want to find out more about Saturn specifically.
Hi, Sucharita.
Hi, Sunny, how are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for that amazing meditation, and the whole setup was so beautiful. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
And so, of course, my in the mornings, my schedule with the kids is always, and with my husband, it seems always I'm cooking breakfast, right? And even though we're supposed to have it at a different time, so I'm making my kids chocolate chip waffles, and I have you on the phone, and then I look at the Zoom, and oh wow, how beautiful! And I'm doing it, and then I hear you. Then I say, I get the intuitive hit to look, and you're offering incense to Daruga as the waffles are in there. And I turn around, and while you're doing it, I felt tremendous heat in my right inner thigh. And you were saying how she extracts. And I know when I'm doing my meditations, I feel like in my right leg, a lot of times it'll jump or something. And I felt this tremendous heat. And it's so funny. I'm looking around. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh yeah, you're offering the incense. And it was extracting. And it was like right the moment I needed. I turned around to get something to put the waffles in. And I looked down, and I'm having this heat extracted, and I'm watching you do this incense. And it was just amazing. So thank you for that. So no matter what, I always get the ping. I'm like, oh, it's 9:59, and I get a ping, and I get on the Zoom real quick, and I'm always in time, and it's perfect. I always get what I need from you. If it's some like golden nugget, I listen to you till the very end. Even when we're going to SeaWorld, we're in the parking lot, they're like, are you ready to go? I have to listen to you to the very end, because you always give out some golden nugget or some wonderful thing happens with the meditation. So I am so thankful for you. Thank you so much. It's always amazing. Your Saturday calls are always amazing, and I'm so blessed to be a part of it. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you so much, Goddess. You doing everything with your kids and got your spiritual practice and all the work you do. You're inspiring for a lot of us.
I wanted to ask you, I wanted, if you could say something about like the times, because of course I get like a little rigid, like 3 a.m. is God time, but you're right. Like sometimes I'm up until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm thinking, oh, I should be going to sleep so I can get up at 3 a.m. So can you speak to the times of the goddesses? So is it kind of different?
Yeah, it's a little bit. So during these 9 nights, you can do it like at nighttime. So around 9 till anywhere after midnight, even up to 2 in the morning. She'll keep some of us up all night.
Mm-hmm.
But her power time, so this is power time for the goddess in general. is around 11:15 to 12:15. So 11:15 p.m., wherever you are in the world, till after midnight. That hour is so potent with goddess energy. If you can tap into that anytime in that hour, if you haven't been able to connect with this goddess energy within you, then you will really feel it. You'll start to feel a buzz, and it's just like, whoa. So you can be saying, you know, any of the mantras. Shri Brazi is particularly very powerful on a Friday night at that time, 11:15 to 12:15. But the other goddesses are available also at that time. Full moons are very powerful times to connect with the goddess.
No matter what time of the year, this is their
Yeah.
power time is 11:15 to 12. Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, and she'll carry on. Once you tap in, she's like, you're not going to sleep now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then again, if people are, you know, they start at 9 o'clock because they've got to get up very early in the morning, or they're just tired and they just want to get their goddess meditation in or practice, she's fine. She will just say, okay, well, you just do what you can at 9 o'clock or whenever it is that you can get to me. And then I'm going to be taking you on a journey that night. So dream plane goddess work really comes alive. You'll see a lot of things in your life that need to be rooted out in the dream plane, so you don't have to live it out in real life.
And then can you just speak to Dr. Pillai is coming to New York. And so I guess I'm trying to get you know, I'm doing the Shri Brazi. I'm doing really well with like trying to get rid of the poverty consciousness mind. So I was thinking, okay, I have to do, you know, what I have to do to get to New York. This would be a great time. But then I'm like, okay, budgeting, allocating my money, because like you said, kid in a candy store, then maybe I wouldn't be able to do some of the other programs. So I guess I'm going to try to continue to do the program and then have that boon or blessing come so that I can go to Dr. Pillai in New York. So if it comes last minute, it comes last minute.
And
right?
generally speaking, that's what happens.
Okay.
I have these last minute trips to India where I don't have a visa and my passport has expired, and okay, I'm going to India.
Okay.
So just trust that wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. So the people who cannot afford to go, please don't feel bad. You know, just keep praying to the goddess and say, if you really want me to be there, and get the blessings from Dr. Pillai, because it's so important if you can, because he doesn't do public events. So if you can get to it, please get to one of the events, New York or San Diego, and he might even be coming to Toronto in May, so we're working on that. But you know, here's the thing, is that you also have to look at your budget, so don't go crazy. Spending, you know, especially if you've got to travel, you've got to fly, you've got to pay for hotel, that can add up. And if it's coming out of your family budget, you have to really look at that and be responsible.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you too. I hope you receive 1,000, 1,000,000 more times blessings than you give to all of us. Thank you so much for all that you do. You really, really help a lot. Thank you.
No, thank you. And I always say to people, I'm just so happy to be able to do it, to share the journey with Dr. Pillai over the past couple of decades with everyone. And now the internet is allowing us to do this as if we were just hanging out in the same room. So it's really fabulous. And again, it's all because of Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings. Never would I have thought I would be doing this. And that's because the highest calling of the soul just said, hey, you've got to do this. And I actually said to Dr. Pillai, please don't let anyone be on this spiritual path without people to support and you to be there. And he goes, well, I won't be there. And I was like, oh my God, what? And then he said, but you can guide them. And I was like, oh, great. I'll do that. I can do that. You know, he can give the empowerments and then I'll just be there sharing what the journey has been and supporting everyone. So Shilpa is saying, no wonder I was cleaned up by the goddess, hoping to see her fill me up with light Mine is a minor Saturn dasha second phase. Okay, so that's what it is. Your Saturn will tell you, get on your spiritual path, because you got to dig deep. You got to shine like a diamond, but Saturn is black. You know, it's like coal. So you come in and you have a coal-like experience in life where it's like suffering and hard work and, oh my God, it's just such a pain. And then you just get on your spiritual path and it shines it up like a diamond. So where do we find out if Saturn is affecting us? This is completely new to me. Yeah, so Rosemary, and you have your hand, you can interrupt. You want to say something? Rosemary? Please interrupt me if you want to come on. You just have to unmute your mic. So you can go on to astroved.com and then you can find out, you can run your chart and it's free. And then if you want to have an astrology consultation, which I recommend everyone do that, have an astrology consultation. We have great Western astrologers, Lalita Devi actually, who does the Saturn program. She is a Vedic astrologer on the Astroved panel. And she's a longtime student of Dr. Pillai's as well. So she is a wealth of knowledge. So get a consultation with her and then find out how to work with the planets, because the planets are beings and they're beaming that energy inside of us. And then in our life, depending on where they are showing up in our chart, we will have challenges and then we will also have these great successes too. But if we don't know what the greatness of these planets being is and we only know the problems, then we aren't developing that greatness. So it's really important to find out where the planets are in your chart and have an astrology consultation with one of the astrologers, and then you can have a kind of like a roadmap of how to navigate your life moving forward. And then they will give you practical tips. Okay, so what do you do if you have a debilitated sun or a Saturn that is, you know, you're running a Saturn period of 19 years. It can be great for people. Saturn can take you from poverty into like your royalty in an instant because of previous lifetimes and because of this lifetime before you hit Saturn. And 19 years of Saturn, you will have been on your spiritual path. He would have been preparing you for it. So what does that look like? A lot of hardships, but you endured them. So you get rewarded. But if you were miserable for the whole time, well, then you're going to have 19 years of hard work. Unless you start propitiating Saturn, then it will start to be a lot easier. So either way, you're going to get blessings to get on your spiritual path from Saturn. So get an astrology consultation and find out, or you can just go to Astroved and find out what your major and minor planetary influences are. You can download your chart for free, but then if you're new to it, it's not going to make any sense. So get an astrology consultation and then they'll guide you from that point. The Saturn program is on Saturdays, obviously, and Lalita Devi does the Saturn program. I'm not sure, Bhairavi, if you're here, can you pull up that link and put it on the chat? So Shilpa is, so hang on, Estelle, we're going to get that Saturn program for you. So Shilpa is saying, for people to help them with their life, especially career, remove karmic patterns, because Saturn is the teacher who will teach you lessons to help you grow spiritually. And why is he the teacher? Saturn rules the house of your purpose, what you do in life, your work, your vocation. So natural 10th house. And then also he rules the natural 11th house. This is the natural houses. So depending on where your moon or ascendant is, those houses can be different. But so Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. So Capricorn is work, You know, you're putting into practice what you're doing every day. So you're making it to be very practical for you. Whatever it is that you're doing, that activity has to produce some result that is practical, and it's going to give you rewards. But you're going to have to work at it. And then, so Saturn he also rules Aquarius, and Aquarius is the natural 11th house, and that's the house of gains. So it makes sense. The house before, or the sign before, is to work at something, and then as Saturn goes into the next, you're gaining from that hard work. So Saturn rules 2 signs, just like most of the planets, except for the sun and the moon. They only rule 1 sign. But Saturn is directly across from the sun and the moon, meaning in the chart from Leo and Cancer. So Leo is ruled by the sun, Leo the lion, the sun, the king of the jungle. And then you have the moon is Cancer, rules Cancer. And so right across is in southern, or the southern Indian style of reading the charts in Vedic astrology. It's not Western astrology, it's Vedic. So this is at the level of the soul and the body and the mind and everything. So it's really going deep. And then, so Saturn is right across from the king and the queen of the chart, and it's how we're going to put into practice what we are doing with our kingdom or queendom. So it's a natural ruler of the house of karma and dharma, and then also gains. So you want to be doing work that you're going to have, you know, some good gains and spiritual gains as well. There's Deb is asking, when you said that you were going to be there to help us, I received a ding, a message, expect a miracle. Yeah, definitely. I love miracles. Miracles should be not just something that happens sometime. It's every second. Feel the miracle in you, the miracle of life. So as a baby is born, and it's, you know, so you gaze at it, it's such a miracle. It's just right from heaven, you know. But we have to experience that rebirthing of that consciousness, that purity, that wonder, that joy, every moment, every second, really. But if you can't, it's too fast for you, then, you know, every moment. And if that's too fast, every 5 or 10 minutes. Be saying a mantra, and that will birth that mantra into you, and you will grow that energy, that intelligence, that consciousness. It will override the darkness, because there's always going to be darkness. And you're on the spiritual path, the higher you go, or the longer you're on the spiritual path, and the more deep plunge you take, the deeper the plunge you take into your consciousness, the darker the things are. That's why they call it the dark night of the soul for all these saints or these sages. You know, they are bombarded with negative thinking because they're taking on the negativity of the people around them. That's what their dharma is all about, or that's what their karma is all about. So we are constantly being bombarded by this dance of the dark and the light, and it's good. Because we would not know one without the other. So it just depends on what you're going to grab onto. And then, so being on the spiritual path, you want to understand all the hidden knowledge that comes through astrology, through Vedic astrology, through the seers who made up astrology. They made it to come into the earth plane. They were out on a mountain, hanging out, looking up at the sky going, oh my God, the village is a mess. They didn't have internet. They didn't have anything. They didn't have textbooks. They didn't have anything to write on. They didn't have anything to write with. So they were just hanging out and looking up at the sky, and then these beings appeared. And they appeared as constellations, and they appeared as these images, you know, with a bunch of arms and weapons and stuff. So what they did then is they had a conversation and say, okay, well, you're pretty fierce, or I'm not sure what you're all about. Okay, well, just offer me some red flowers, offer me this, and then I'll tell you what to do next. And so it's been passed down to us, this, this wisdom or knowledge of the ancient times has been passed on through the different cultures. Everybody from different cultures can see some form of Durga or some form of Lakshmi or some form of Saraswati in their culture. And in those cultures, because they are kind of dead and nobody propitiates them, or maybe very secretive groups do, those beings don't come alive. But in the Indian culture, they're alive forever, and they continue to be propitiated. And that's why Dr. Pillai grabs these teachings from every culture, and he relates it to, if you go into a temple or church, you're lighting a candle or you're lighting incense. That's what you want to give to the divine being. That's a way of saying hello. So then then they have some prayers, and you say some sounds. And those are the passwords for those gods or goddesses or saints or divine beings. So it's from the heart, and it's from your knowing at the level of the soul. You've been in communion with these type of beings, and now it's becoming alive more and more. So why are you here at Pillai Center or Astrovet, coming through Pillai Center or Astrovet, or coming to Dr. Pillai for these teachings? Because at some level, this is helpful at the level of the soul. And I say, hey, keep doing it. You're your own experiment. No one else can live your life, and you can't live anyone else's life. So don't try and push this on anyone either. I'm just saying, no, not like that. It's not a good idea to ever, impose your practices on another person. You can definitely say, hey, this is how I benefit. You could try this. And if they say, no, not into it, say, okay. And just leave it at that. Be detached. It's a practice of detachment from what is going on in your life. That's the spirit wants to move. It wants to be free, and you want to be free spirit. So you want to, not careless, but you just want to be free to be who you are and to do what you're doing, and then just kind of chuckle when things turn out really well. So there's, where can you get an astrology reading? Go on to astroved.com, Rosemary, or you can, if you go onto that Saturn program, Lalita Devi, she is an Astroved astrologer. So go on to astroved.com, you go under the tab predictions, and then you see live astrology consultation. And then that will take you to, you might see Lalita's name on there, or Vali's name. Those are Western astrologers. There's also really great Indian astrologers as well. So, but if you are from the West, you might, you might fare well with the Western-based astrologers. Yeah, it seems, Shilpa's saying, I seem to have a Saturn life, many difficulties most of my life in the career part. So you probably go to an astrologer and see why that is, and then you'll get some way out. Dharma is the righteous path, Deb. So the virtuous path. So Dharma is that whatever you're doing, you feel good about it. Everyone feels good about it. You're not trying to do anything from a negative perspective. So even if you're struggling, you will always see the light, that light at the end of the tunnel, or the silver lining in the dark cloud. You'll always be doing good for others. You'll be patient, you'll be kind, you'll persist. You will know when it's your time, whether it takes you your whole lifetime. You will know that God is doing everything, and everything is happening because of God. And then you will have some peace in that. And then as you have that peace, then the wisdom comes. And then as you're on your spiritual path, that gets it sped up. So you want to speed up that struggle and that suffering. So it might be, as you're speeding it up, just as you would be going in a rocket ship, you're going to be rocking around. So life could be like a little bit rocky. But it will be intense, but it'll be over a lot faster. So you'll be able to manifest faster instead of the slow, drawn out shake every once in a while. It depends on your personality, right? If you just say enough is enough and you just do, you invest in your spiritual path and you do it no matter what, then you're going to be getting the rewards just from that work, that hard, not hard, it's just that discipline. Discipline, that's where you become a disciple, is from discipline. You know, you put into your everyday life that which you want to see in others. So having a high dharma means you have a very high spiritual inclination in everything that you do. So everyone you see God in them. You're patient, you're compassionate, you give them space, you allow them to be right. Even if it's making you wrong and you're not wrong, it doesn't matter. You just go to the high path all the time. Go to that higher. Always use the power for good, as Wonder Woman says. So that's Dharma in a general nutshell. And then if you look at it from, you know, the sacred texts, and you read the stories like the Bible or the Ramayana or the Mahabharata or any of the sacred texts in any of the religions, their stories about how the human has to struggle in life. And it's not because it's, you know, a negative. It's just saying, hey, look, this is life here on the earth plane. Got it? All right. So the way out is to get on a spiritual path. Just do a spiritual practice every day, and you will be able to navigate this game of life. End of story. And then however it goes is depending on you. But if you're on the spiritual path, you go higher and you go faster, and it's much easier. You're just kind of skimming the surface of your karma. You're not being dragged down by it. Again, Saturn will make you a king or royalty or a leader in your life. So you're going to work hard. Great. You're in a high position. So who cares? You'll work hard, but the benefits will be better. So it's totally up to you whether you want to succumb to the negativity or you want to push forward. So someone is saying the Astrovid site in special events is available. Dharma is our earthly or spiritual duty. Yes, thank you, Shilpa. So it's our duty to, you know, keep evolving and keep helping others to evolve. And it's not by telling them what spiritual path they should be on. You're allowing them the space, and then you're showing by your own example of your own life. Okay, so here it is. Bhairavi has put on the chat, End Suffering from Saturn webinar is on YouTube March 10th. There's a link there. I don't find where her Saturday chanting and info program is available to join. May have to check with Lolita for the next time. Yeah, we will, because I don't know where it is either. Although, maybe check on free, because it is a free service, Bhairavi. Oh, Shilpa is saying the Saturn program call was just an hour before now, and you can join once you get a link to the call. So we need to know where to sign up for that is. Melissa is saying you can go to Pillai Center and sign up either for a month or 6 months or a year program. Yeah, Pillai Center Astrovid has also Saturn programs where you're doing remedies. You get an astrology consultation, you do remedies. You can get fire labs done for you. You get all kinds of support. So it's worth trying out for a year and seeing how you feel and seeing the results in your life. And it's such a blessing because we didn't have these programs for a long time, many years. And now they're coming out. And it is because the grace of God needs to help people. You can't just do it by doing mantras alone or your meditation alone. because we gotta make money. We gotta spend our time doing things in our life. So if we can have all these remedies being done on our behalf in India, and then getting the consultation or the guidance from astrologers throughout that year, it's very worthwhile investment. So what are the ways to proceed here on a limited budget? Rosemary, keep hanging out with us. It's free. And then also you can go on to that Saturn program. It's also free. There's a lot of free programs. Go on to the YouTube, on Pillai Center Astroved YouTube. Watch the fire labs that are going on with the priests in India that are doing fire labs for different deities and different archetypes and at different times, power times of the year. And you will start to really get those blessings. So you don't have to spend if you don't have in your bank account. And Dr. Pillai would never say, you should do this. You know, he will say, yeah, it's a good idea to do it if you can, you know. And then, but he will also, he's given out thousands of teachings on the YouTube, and we have free programs here for everyone. So you won't be alone, just keep coming along. And then what happens is as you're coming along, then the divine says, oh, well, let me just give you this money. And out of nowhere, you'll just get this, maybe an opportunity, maybe money, you'll inherit money, and you will know that that's coming from the divine. And then you'll want to use that money because it wasn't there before. You want to invest in your spiritual path. Or you can do whatever you want with it, but that's a good indication. So Byrby is saying the live astrology consultation, there's a link there to do that, to get an astrology consultation. So someone is saying, can we review this call? And yeah, it will be posted to the blog as soon as possible. And you'll get an email that says, here's some links. So there can be links to SoundCloud, which is audio. So get that, you can listen to that. And then as soon as we can with the Zoom video, get that posted. Again, I will reach out to anyone who has any technological savvy and you can upload videos to a blog and you want to do that for this program. That would be so awesome. We'd love to have you on the team. Otherwise, we'll just have to be, you know, waiting for our team in media, the media team in India to do it for us.
Sucharita.
Hi, how are you, Shweta?
Hi, Sucharita. Happy Navaratri.
Happy Navaratri to you too.
So I have a question and a bit of a challenge. So first of all, thank you so much. Always eternal gratitude to you for all that you unconditionally give to us all in so many ways. So thank you so much for that. For this Navaratri, one of my kind of aims, I guess, is around miracle consciousness. So as you were sharing earlier, how it should be a way of life, right? Like it's not something that's, you know, it's there all the time. And I'm grateful for like all the little ways I see that happening in my life, the way it unfolds. And so, but for this Navaratri period, as I kind of taking more pause to do, you know, more practices and just overall pause and meditate more. One of my aims is this miracle, kind of really harnessing this miracle consciousness, which I do not feel all the time. And I know it's a journey. And what I started to think about, and also Shakti's recent post in Wealth Rising program also triggered it, was how my aim for miracle consciousness, I feel and see how my thoughts for need are creeping in the process. So the need versus want energy. And that's something I know you had spoken about a little bit months ago, I feel, in the earlier part of the Wealth Rising program. And I'm circling back to it a bit because as I fully step into miracle consciousness, I feel I'm coming up against this need energy around miracle consciousness. And I want miracles to happen more and more in my life for my life journey.
Yeah, so the question is?
If you can speak a little bit about how do we manage or work with this need energy, which I feel can be an obstacle possibly in the harnessing that miracle consciousness.
Yeah, it's a good question. So I think I got you. So needing, it means that you're coming from scarcity, can be. So you need something, so it's kind of immediate. You're in kind of like this survival, or there's scarcity in your life. So just take a look at that and don't look too much and analyze it too much, because then you'll cultivate that consciousness. So once you understand that that's a consciousness that you don't really want to have, because you want to have abundance, you want to have everything in your life, but the God or the goddess is going to give that to you. So you need miracles. So you can say, okay, if I need anything, it's I need miracles. So just shift it. You can still have need, but just I need miracles. So commit that energy or that emotion to the miracles. And then if you go, oh, I'm needy of miracles, oh geez, I have scarcity consciousness around miracles. So you can say the miracle mantras, or you can pray for miracles. But if you still have that deep within you that says there's something that you're not satisfied with in life, or something that is blocking you, and that's so deep-seated, so hidden, you don't know, the goddesses will root it out. So use these 9 nights to root out that which is causing scarcity consciousness, that which is causing you to feel like you need a miracle. Miracles are there. It's already there. You don't need it. It's there. So just make sure that when you're praying to the goddess, you just say to her, is it depression? Root out depression. Because depression really is low energy. And depression is also anger turned into sadness, or frustration turned into sadness. It's rejection turned into sadness. So depression is low vibrating energy. So it's low vibrating thoughts, low vibrating emotions. And you can have a smile on your face, but what's inside, maybe in your baby toe, so far, so low away from your brain that you don't even know it's there until you stub it. So you ask the goddess, Durga, to empower you with miracle consciousness, and you will cry. If you're really connecting with these goddesses, you'll cry for no reason, because it's the goddess that's waking up inside of you, and that will be your first big miracle, is that you feel the goddess, you see the goddess, you experience the heat burning, purifying. That is a miracle. So go for those types of miracles, and you can change it from needing stuff to needing miracles, and then take it to the next level, which is miracles are already there. You don't need them. You just got to go grab them. And how you grab them is by asking the goddess within you. These are just statues, not just statues, but they are images that we can, when we're doing our practices, we can be gazing at it and then feel that energy coming inside of us, and then have an experience, have an emotion. And that will be a miracle, that you just are so overwhelmed with emotion that you will never want to be in need again, want or need. You'll just be in miracle consciousness. You'll just be like turning, and then it's like, whoa, the goddess is there. She's just guiding me, or she's doing a lot of spring cleaning. So it may not be immediate, but definitely in these 9 nights, if you make the effort, you will never be the same, Shweta, anybody. So hopefully that's helpful.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Shweta, because this is the highest intelligence. This is us. This intelligence is in us. We just haven't unlocked it. So this power time of 9 nights, and you do these sounds, which are keywords, or they're the secrets, or the keys that unlock the secrets. And so you're just saying, can you just give me the keys and unlock? And then I have it. So then thereafter, you're just like, whoa, something magical happened. Just as that flower fell off the goddess Durga. For you, Shweta.
Oh, thank you so much. I will.
So do you see, this is the miracle, right? This is
the flower.
What's that, Shweta?
I will gladly, happily receive the flower.
Definitely, here you go. You can take it. So that's what we want to see, is like, how come that flower just fell off Durga? Why didn't it fall off Lakshmi? Why didn't it fall off Saraswati? So the God is always talking to us. We just have to know the signs. And to know the signs is not just to watch this video, go do it yourself. You know, have that experience yourself, and you'll go, oh my God. So I'm looking forward to your feedback. Us your miracles.
Yes, I will report back next week.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Oh, that's great. Any other questions or comments? There's 2 people who have their hands raised. Whoever you are, please just go ahead. Interrupt. You just can unmute your mic. So Shilpa is saying, I need God and miracles. Okay, great. So you know how to get miracles, how to get God. Well, God is in everyone and everything. So you can either relate to religion, you know, specific God or a goddess, depending on your culture or your upbringing, or even now. You can resonate with this technology or not. And then if you just want to experience God is omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. It means that God is all-knowing, it's all powerful, and it's everywhere. So that's can be a little bit you know, generic or general. So you might not be able to get to that, but just find in your life, go into your life and really look at your life. Go into nature, and or have nature around you, have beautiful flowers, and then you just can be thinking, you know, you don't have to sit and spend a lot of time, but just be quiet and be staring at these objects of nature and just look at the beauty of it, or look into a baby's eyes, or look into an old person's eyes. So wise, you know, babies because they're from heaven, not too long, and then older people where they have had a whole lifetime. And you can just feel that presence. Look into the mirror of your own self. So you can just even practice looking into a mirror for 1 or 2 minutes. It's not easy, but you'll find God. So why? Because the eyes are the windows to the soul, and they just need a little cleaning. So you might even experience some crying to cleanse it. So you can do your spiritual practices, you can go into nature, you can commune with other people who have that innocence or that wisdom. You can go listen to music that's very beautiful, very spiritual. You can walk in nature. Go find God everywhere. Go look for it in everywhere, but you don't have to go anywhere. Change your perspective. So you might be stuck in your own space because of, for whatever reason, then you can also go somewhere else and find out how to experience God. Doing the mantras is going to raise your vibration. Yeah, so someone is saying, I received a flower for you. Amen. What a blessing. The goddess made herself present for you. Oh, yes, that's when the goddess came. The flower dropped. Bhairavi is saying you can chant or pray to Hanuman for help with Saturn. Om Hreem Hanumate Namaha. Yeah, or you can just say Hreem. What is Hreem? H-R-E-E-M. Hreem is also a sound for the goddess. So goddess is energy. Goddess is power. So that energy and power to create a baby is what goddess can do, you know. So, and to carry it for 9 months or so. And to create a baby, that's the biggest miracle, right? And whether you've done that in your life or not, it doesn't matter. You've created your whole life. That's a big miracle. It might be a mess, but it's a big miracle that you created that. Like, how did you do that? Right? So the God inside of you just got sidetracked and grabbed some, you know, some opportunities or experiences that helped you to grow in various ways. So life is giving you always the test first, right? And then the lesson later. So usually you get the lesson first and then, you know, you're studying and then you go write the test. No, life is like, I'm giving you the test now and you're gonna get the lesson later. So that in and of itself is a miracle wherever you look at however you look at the life. So just know that because you're breathing, that's the first place you can start. And with the breath, when you calm it down through meditation or mantra practice, then your life force will be guiding you in a more profound way. And then you will be raising your consciousness always to look for the silver lining in everything. And when you start to do that, you're looking through those dark clouds. And then as you pierce through the dark clouds, then the divine is going to shine that light on you and you're going to go, wow, this is amazing. Just like when you see a rainbow or you see sun rays coming through a dark cloud, it's just like amazing. You know, something happens inside of you. And so that's where we need to be on that path where we're not going to go for the dark. It's there anyways, but we're not going to go for it. We have to pierce through it. And how we do it is by grabbing onto a spiritual practice and hanging on to it for dear life, because it is a dear life. It's a very sacred life. And it's a goddess-filled life, meaning it has a lot of energy. Shakti is energy. Shakti is also the goddess. So the goddess is not just an object or some archetypal energy in the sky. It's in the invisible world, the spirit world. It's in every man and every woman, every child. Mm-hmm. I think we've pretty much exhausted the chat. So all the questions are answered. If they're not, please copy and paste it. If you still have your hand raised, you are welcome to definitely share. I'm just checking my phone for the time. Oh, this is a long call. But the goddess wants us to have this experience so that we use these next 9 nights very wisely. That will be wisdom in action. And you will be taking action. You will have the power and the energy, even if your mind says, oh, no, you can't do it. Just take that extra step. Splash water on your face. Go grab a shower. In fact, grabbing a shower every time you do a spiritual practice, you're cleansing away everything so that you're bringing God into you, because as Dr. Pillai has shared, hydrogen is God. So you can work at God, you can look at God and experience God in so many everyday activities. Just know, bring more consciousness to it. So cleansing yourself in a shower, taking a hot shower or cold shower or warm shower, something that makes you become alert and it cleanses you. It bathes you with God consciousness. So hydrogen, 2 hydrogen and an oxygen equals water molecule. So you have, if you're cleansing yourself, they're also merging that hydrogen in your body, which is also made up of about, 70 to 90% water, depending on the source that you read. But all of our cells are pretty much full of water. So we're pretty much full of God. We just have to get to that. So all these activities we do, you could call it that, or the sacred activities of feeding and clothing and bathing, and this is the temple. This body is the temple. So as you're doing that outside of you, you will start to feel that inside, and vice versa. You'll start to clean up inside, and then your surroundings will be cleaned up. They might even change completely. So be open to that, and then grow that inside of you. And then the money will come, the relationships will come, the people will come to help you. And you'll always be in community here at Pillai Center Ashravid, because everybody is coming from so many different spiritual paths, and they really enjoy the benefits of Dr. Pillai's teaching. So hopefully this has been another enjoyable session for everyone, and it seems like it has. So by the sharing that everyone has done, and I think we'll wrap it up for today. And please make sure that you check out Ashravid or Pillai Center and just go through the free. There's specials. Just start with that and then see where you show up. And it's not about you, it's about your soul. Hey, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. And trust that. That's intuition. So trust your intuition. Don't go by what anyone says. Do it yourself. And then that will be you saying, hey, this is what I need. And I'm so happy. And that's a miracle that I'm happy. And I chose the right thing for me. So God bless you all. Have a great start to your Navarati, and we'll see you next week. If not before then, we'll see you in Mini Mystery School. If you're in that program, you can still sign up. And we'll have a couple more weeks, and then you can do a self-study. You can continue it on forever in Mini Mystery School. Or I'll see you in Wealth Rising, one of our last calls together as a community. Until the next time. And Marina.
Yes.
Shivakami, are you there?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, I got unmuted. Yes, Sucharita, I'm here. I'm enjoying. Thank you so much for all the beautiful experiences.
Oh, thank you, Shivakami. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Everything is well. I'm just enjoying, we're so blessed, and I'm so grateful that you come on every Saturday morning, and that's how we start our weekend. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. How's your daughter?
She's doing well. Thank you so much, Sucharita. She's happy.
Ah, happy kids, happy mom.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Well, God bless you. So Shweta's saying, Merry New Moon. Yeah, we might still be in the new moon. Actually, some of us are in the first moon, which is start of Navaratri. So tonight, everybody, start your Navaratri. Even though in India it says on the 18th, they're going on by their calendar, and we have our calendar because different time zones. So just go by your calendar and start your 9 nights. And then Ugadi, St. Paddy's Day, Spring Equinox, Saturn Day. Oh, there's all, and that's God. So that's God, everybody, is knowing, having this knowledge and just going for it and enjoying all the sacred blessings that are coming through these power times. All right, so that's it. God bless you all. Thanks to Dr. Pillai for giving us this opportunity to come together at the soul level and meet with one another across the world and enjoy the goddess. Truly, truly. Goddess bless you, God bless you, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.